Hi there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and this is Our Way, Our Wealth. I'm here every weekend, and this is to really get you in touch with business owners who are on the millionaire track and who are loving it. I'm loving it, certainly. Okay, so this weekend is special. Tomorrow we have a continued discussion with Rosemary O'Shaughnessy. We're going to talk about how LinkedIn can really help you to get established and lots of tips to do that. But today I'm just going to walk you through some of the things that are happening in the next week for me. We've just had the Lodestone Q&A on Friday. Well, that was really successful. Ebby Sheila joined me, and we really got into leadership and how exciting that can be if it's properly embodied. So leadership, when connected to embodiment, is really effective. The time is ripe. The time is now. Leadership has become a kind of topic in its own right, but actually I've heard from many coaches and so on that they're running out of ideas about how to create wonderful leaders. And so we're going around in circles, really, and I really want to help and I want to stop that because, the whole leadership thing is revolving around mindset changes, and leadership will never change if it's relegated to mindset. Mindset is a kind of, it's become very fashionable, but imagine, you are a body, a spirit, a mind, and the mind is a tiny part. If we locate it in the head, in the brain, it's tiny. Of course, other cultures locate it in different places. I live in Japan, and when people are talking about mind, they touch their heart. So they are spiritually aware, really. But for most Westerners and civilized nations, we think of the mind as in the head, in the brain. The brain is a tiny part of the body. It's physiologically and biologically most inferior to the heart. In fact, the heart emanates amazing electromagnetic vibrations, 60% stronger than the brain. So the days are over to, put the brain first. Of course, it's important, but if we leave it to scientists, then we're going to be talking about neurology, we're going to be talking about brain surgery and so on. And that is not the way forward in my book. And so yesterday, I really examined what embodiment is and how the brain is just such a small part of it all. We have a spirit, we have a body, and we tend to ignore those two. The mind has become the kind of glossy star of our existence, but really it's greatly overrated. Scientists may disagree with me, but I know that the only way to live happily and truly authentically is to have mind, body, spirit, and mind synchronized. Yeah. If you separate them, if you give too much attention to one, then you're going to put them out of balance And of course, that puts the whole human out of balance. We have to think in terms of whole beings, not parts. I remember, and you perhaps remember too, the story of the elephant's ear. So, a blind man encountered an elephant and he touched his ear, and he became obsessed with the tip of the elephant's ear and never ever got acquainted with the enormous body of the elephant. And he thought that the tip of the ear was what elephant was. And so we have done that. This is the specialization. We outsource our health to strangers with qualifications. We're not in touch with our bodies, most of us. And it's really important that we get in touch. So now is the time, really. And so I'm really addressing this with all of my work. My Lodestone 1 addresses it. That's a product you can get that will guide you through a 30-day sequence to help repair your nervous system and get you in touch with your true nature, your authentic being. And also, I'm working with within the corporate world, talking to companies about replacing bland, ineffective mind wellness programs with individual effective lodestone treatments combined with Zinzino. So I attack things from both the scientific and the spiritual. The scientific side is Zinzino, which is a Nordic natural health company. It provides blood tests that you do at home, and you start to take balance oils made of 100+ percent natural ingredients, and you start to get away from inflammation. And I've written a series of posts and done a series of talks on inflammation. It is the prime killer of human beings. 60% of deaths are connected to inflammation, cardiovascular, cancer, diabetes. These conditions are all related to inflammation. And so, my Zinzino partnership provides the blood test that will accurately show you your levels of inflammation, and then provides amazing natural products that will balance out your omega fatty acids, which are causing that inflammation, because they're out of balance, and I combine that with Lodestone, which is my product, which is a meditational audio transmission, 30 days, which will really move you into a state of just got a little interruption here. It will move you into a state of nervous system repair. Most of us are really damaging our nervous system because we're not getting any balance between body, spirit, and mind. And my Lodestone will help you to balance that, and also get you in touch with your true nature. Most people are completely distanced from who they are. And so all of the aspects of modern life that are showing up now relate to things like imposter syndrome, poverty syndrome, even responsibility suicide, because people don't know who they are. And if you don't know who you are, if you're not in touch with your true nature, you can't survive properly. You get into a state, your nervous system will collapse, your body will rebel and inflame, and you'll be left with a horrible health condition, which could be vital. So it's really important that you start to look at ways to balance your body, spirit, and mind. We will really get into this in more detail. I've written many articles about it. And I also ran an event on Wednesday, which was all about health is wealth. So if you're not healthy, you're not going to be wealthy, I can promise you. And that kind of health begins inside, right inside. So breath is important. How often do you acknowledge your breath? Your breath really is your most precious asset. It's the only thing that helps you to survive. If you didn't have breath, which you get from the oxygen provided by planet Earth, you'd be dead in 4 minutes, to be frank. And also, if we don't have gratitude for that breath, which sustains our life 24/7, 22 to 24,000 times every single 24 hours, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 plus years. I've just spent the afternoon with two of my neighbours who are 89 and 88. They're still driving. They're as fit as fleas. They're truly happy. I live in Japan, and life here is very pleasurable and calm, mostly. So the event on Wednesday really gave daily alignment tips, like begin each day with breathing, conscious breathing, with gratitude for that breath. Visualize your day with feeling. So people say, oh, I can't visualize, it doesn't work. No, it won't work if you're not 100% invested in it. That means not only saying the words, not only visualizing the images, but having the feelings that go with those images. Add feelings and they will work. It's a whole package. You can't just do part of it. It just won't work. So visualization is important at the beginning of each day. Visualize your day. Establish what you're going to do during the day. What are your challenges? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve in that day? In a very positive way. You also need to move, which means, not sitting at your desk for 6 hours, but getting up every 30 minutes, doing some breathing work, moving on into the garden, getting some fresh air, using your whole body to listen to the environment. Whole body listening is enormously beneficial. Drinking lots of fluids to keep you hydrated, and so on. And it's also really important to establish psychological boundaries. So you need to know where you can't fulfill other people's needs or requests, and you need to learn to say no. There's a limit to what we can do, one human in one day. And so you have to establish good, clear boundaries with all your network people, with all your business colleagues. Very important. And the really important thing is sleep. Yeah, I have so many of my clients telling me they don't sleep well. They maybe sleep for 3 or 4 hours and then wake up and they can't relax and go back to sleep and so on. So, really, deep sleep is very important too. Yeah, screens are deadly if you're constantly chained to them. You need to detox. You need to get up and move away from your screens to calm your cells. And please remember a really essential thing, that every single thought that you have, every single thought affects every cell of your body. It's, like dropping a pebble in an ocean in the southern hemisphere. The ripples from that pebble will spread right out to the Arctic, right up to the Arctic. Everything affects everything else. Every thought we have has an effect. It may be on your karma, it might be on your future, could be on other people. And so, yeah, we need to make sure we are calm because we interact in the world, and everything we are and do affects other people. Yeah, we totally influence and inspire or discourage, if it's negative, the people around us. So it's really important that you are in peak condition so that your influence is positive and really creative. Yeah, and every day before I fall asleep, I review my day. What happened? What was good? What was not so good? What do I still need to do? What should I celebrate? What am I going to do tomorrow that may be different from today's results? And so on. So these things are all really important. My events and my lodestone Q&A really tap into that. It's all about the body. The body is so important. Another article I wrote earlier in the week was called "The Fear of Becoming Visible and Why Authenticity is the Antidote." Yeah, in a world where there are 4 billion people online watching us, stepping into the spotlight may feel a little bit risky. But what if it's not the audience we fear, but ourselves? Visibility is not just about being seen by others. It's about being seen by you, your truth, your alignment, your self-leadership. When mind, body, and spirit are out of sync, we hesitate. We question our worth. We shrink from visibility, not because we're afraid of judgment necessarily, but because we're unsure we belong. But in fact, true visibility doesn't come from ego or exposure. It comes from embodiment. When you're aligned with your core values, when your nervous system, breath, and body are grounded in truth, visibility becomes effortless. It becomes a gift, really, that you offer the world. So, yeah, there's a lot of talk of performance at the moment. We're not here to perform, we're here to radiate. So, if fear of visibility is holding you back, start with your body. Lead from within. Align with truth, then show yourself fully. Show up fully. And, if you need a starting point, please contact me. I can support you on this journey. I really recommend Lodestone Body Awakening Scan, which you can do free. And then you can book a free call to discuss the results. So take that scan. I'll put the link below this window when I've finished streaming. Oh, and by the way, we're streaming to LinkedIn and to YouTube. Welcome. So please take the Body Awakening Scan. And if you're really ready to step into your authentic visibility, then it would be really good to book an inside-out transformation call with me. I can really talk to you about what to do next and how to make yourself visible in the best possible way. If you want to know more about Lodestone too, which is a transformational tool you can use in your own home, under your own control, then please join us every Friday at 9 a.m. BST. This is a live space. On last Friday, Ebby Sheila and I had a great conversation. I gave a presentation about embodiment and exactly what it is. And Ebby Sheila questioned me. She asked me a lot of illuminating questions. So the Friday Q&A session for Lodestone is really a live space to explore your needs and your doubts too. Yesterday, on the Q&A, we talked about self-leadership. Now, what is that? Everybody's talking about leadership. People are obsessed with this. Teams are awaiting these reborn superb leaders. But the truth is that if we can't lead ourselves, then it's very unlikely we can lead others. This is all to do with the body. We're not just passengers in these bodies. We lead them. Yeah, you may not have a team. You may just be solo. You might be a solopreneur, but you are leading yourself. You are leading your body, and your spirit is your guide. And your body is not a random thing. It's a finely tuned ancestral vessel, sculpted for over 300,000 years. When humans first started, they stood up and started to be vertical creatures instead of bounding along on all fours. And this has been happening over 300,000 years. We are now at the zenith of our evolution, 100% evolved. Our bodies are miracles, really, and they carry the unique essence of your spirit. Each of you, each body carries a unique spirit. DNA is unique. Even identical twins are not identical. They don't have the same DNA. So, why is it that we hand over our authority to gurus, systems, experts, doctors, teachers, who can never know our inner terrain? They can never know it. We have to lead ourselves. It's no good turning to a guru or a teacher and becoming dependent. That dependency means you are getting more and more distant from your true nature. We have to lead ourselves. We have to be responsible for ourselves. So really, self-leadership is not an option anymore. It's not a corporate skill. It's a human birthright to lead yourself. Ayn Rand, who is one of my great heroes, the Russian writer who defected from the Soviet Union in the early 20th century, having experienced the Soviets. And she said, we have a moral duty to ourselves to be happy, truly happy. So please ask yourself this question. Are you truly happy? If you're not sure that you are, or if there's any shadow of a doubt, then it's time that you talk to me, and I will show you how to really get back in touch with your true nature and your true happiness. It is our moral responsibility to be happy. Nobody can be happy for us. We can't be happy through anybody else. We have to be intrinsically happy. And if you're not, then it's time to start the journey inside to become truly happy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow with Our Way, Our Wealth, and I'll be back with my guest, Rosemary O'Shaughnessy, who's going to tell us more about how LinkedIn can really benefit its members. Thanks so much for staying with me, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much.